class type guy. But here's my question, and I'm sure some people will say, geez, this guy's a nut, he's this, he's that, and I'm not. My concern is after this 4 years with the current administration, or possibly a second term of 8 years, I have concerns that, to be frank, that they may not leave the White House. I believe that they, whether by force, brute force, I knew I would hear this, or just by a fraudulent, when I tie this into this health care program, rules are very freedom, and people can't see that, and I'm sorry. But so my concern, and you may not be able to answer this now, and I understand, but just think about it, just about the danger of, quite honestly, this administration not leaving.
I think I've got your question. Thank you. Thank you for coming out today. And the gentleman over Brad, I think I'm a lot older than you are. I was class of 74, but thank you for what you do as a teacher. That is my concern too, freedom. Number one, that's what this country is founded on, is freedom. And I'm very concerned about the federal government coming in and taking over 18% of the private economy. Because an economist from Arizona State University had an article just a couple of weeks ago that said this: since the inception of Bailout Nation last fall, September, October, since the inception of Bailout Nation, this was under George Bush, and I voted because I don't agree with the $700 billion bailout. So this is a bipartisan effort in terms of Bailout Nation, and I oppose Bailout Nation. Since the inception of Bailout Nation, we have seen 30% of private business profits today owned or controlled by the federal government. If we go down this road and have the federal government take over another 18% of the private economy, just realize we're looking at 48% of private business profits owned and controlled by the federal government. That's not the direction that's going to lead us to opportunity and growth and prosperity. And that's my concern.
Yes, thank you very much. My name is Mike Robbins, and I'm from Stillwater, and I would like to go back to your assertion that we have the best health care in the world. I believe that the 18% that you mentioned is 4, 5, or 6% above the industrialized nation's percentage of GDP that they spend, and from many measures, including life expectancy, we have worse outcomes. We're more highly medicated. We have illness, and I think the use of the term health care is a misnomer. This is illness management. We're paying much too much for our illness management. We need to cut the cost and get back to good health care, including bike trails. Okay, that's my health care program, is riding my bike.
Mike, thank you. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for sharing that. The difference is, I want to make sure, Mike, that you have the opportunity to buy the type of health care that you want. If you don't want the illness management in the way that it's currently done, I want you to have that opportunity. For instance, some people do well by acupuncture. Some people do well by alternative forms of medicine.
Your assertion of the best health care, you're not addressing the question.
Okay, so
the best health care is not being addressed.
Okay, Mike said that he wants me to address the issue of the best health care in the world. You and I disagree. I believe we have the best health care in the world. The type and quantity of health health care that we want. No matter what type of health care it is, I want every possible option available. So we can disagree about what the best is, but I'll tell you what, I would far prefer to have American medical care than I would health care in the UK any day. Before I let Dr. Burgess make his point. I just printed out before I came. These are just some headlines from the UK, United Kingdom. This is just half of the stack. Headlines about the disaster that is the government takeover of health care in the UK. You probably heard about the story day before yesterday. It says the babies are being born in hospital corridors. There's a bed shortage that's forced 4,000 mothers in the UK to give birth in elevators, offices, not here. And I'll tell you what, I've given birth here probably more times than you, sir. I've given birth. And I'll tell you, it is the finest care you could ever receive. And I want to make sure that
multiple academic medical centers around the country. You see people coming from all over the world, to come to our centers, our Mayo Clinic, our MD, our self-help clinics. This country going on free and take nothing in the medical. And I was also adding, America is so fortunate to have such a large number of dedicated men and women who are willing to put their lives on the line. While we debate the relative value of their efforts, they still show up for work every single day, and we need to be mindful of the fact that our words have consequences in their lives as well. So for any of you doctors and nurses out there, thank you for the job that you do.
Am I right?
Yes, Jade Stewart from Baytown. And I just like the audience. I have my grandchildren here, and they said they get an offense for the behavior here in elementary school. And you know, I want them to see what democracy is like. I was in a middle school many years ago, and there was a sign up on the wall, and the sign will tear. And it said, I may not agree with what you say, but I will defend until death the right for you to say it. And I think we have the most wonderful country in the world, and my husband and my son were in the Marine Corps, and they told me, even if people don't agree with you, we fought for your right to speak. And I would just ask that you're all respectful. I respect people that don't agree with me, and I'd like to hear what she has to say about all this. It's very interesting, and I'd like to have a good example for my grandsons. Thank you.
Microphone on my left.
Hi, Michelle. Number one, you're my hero. I love you. Because I have it in me as well. I want you to know I like to have my health care that I have right now. 3 weeks ago, I had surgery done in my knee, and I've been under Obama's plan. How long would I have had to wait to have two torn cartilages to be repaired, and a scopher that was as large as a marble? How long would I have had to wait to get that taken care of? I've been under Obama's. My question to you is this: what if people that you're talking about to get under health care, how are you going to go about getting those people to sign up if they don't want it? If those people that are not on it right now are probably getting it free, and they probably want to stay on it for free. And I'd like to know who wrote the bill, who wrote the amendment for us to go on universal health care, and if we're supposed to be all included in it, are they included in on it? I want to know that.
A lot of great questions. We'll try to answer them. There was an amendment offered in committee, and Dr. Burgess sits on the Energy and Commerce Committee, but there was an amendment offered in committee that said, if this health care bill is good enough for the American people, it should be good enough for members of Congress to do it.